What up, guys? Kevin here. The Video Game Awards 2023, it happened. I watched every single minute of it, including the pre-show. Well, I was getting food during that time, but I had it on my phone in the background. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the best video game awards show ever, which is not saying much. Every year it gets better, but, the bar is really low. It was set really low to begin with. And it's not jumping up in quality, but it's little increments. It'll get there. I thought this year there was a good 2 hours. 2 good hours of show there, but just so much junk. Just so much. Like, I looked up and there's like and there's like a dude talking through glass and I don't know, giving a speech, and I'm like, what is this crap? Like, this is going to be nobody's favorite game. Get this junk out of here. And that Gonzo bit was a bit cringe. But, yeah, overall, hey, I don't watch TV that much. So it was nice to watch it. I play video games while I watch, so maybe that's why I didn't mind it that much. But, yeah, let's talk about maybe the winners. Let's talk about the winners. Baldur's Gate 3 pretty much swept, like I said. Though I did think Alan Wake 2 won one too many categories. Maybe that's just a personal opinion since I thought the game was boring as shit, but that game definitely got recency bias. Xbox won a few. They won, Forza Motorsport won a couple. And then, who did? Hi-Fi Rush won a music category, which was very deserving. I think Hi-Fi Rush should have won the action category as well, but I know Tears of the Kingdom and I think Super Mario Wonder won a few as well too, which, gotta say, pretty disappointing. Not like disappointing in the standpoint of we expected like Tears of the Kingdom to win more awards, but when that game launched, the internet went crazy over it. I played it and didn't like it, but I was just like, oh God, it's going to sweep everything. Then Baldur's Gate 3 came along. I was like, nope, we'll take that award from you and that award, and we'll have that. We'll take one of those, a player's choice. And yeah, I'm happy for Baldur's Gate 3. After the show, I was like, where's the Xbox announcement? Where the hell's the Xbox announcement? I thought they were going to do an Xbox announcement, but it launched during the Game Awards. I guess it's available to play now on Xbox. So I was like, whew, you're going to tell me like there's some more issues with the Xbox version? So that's cool. Yeah, any other like award winners? Cyberpunk 2077 won Best Ongoing Game. That is a travesty. That game started below zero, meaning it was broken as hell, and it just got to a point where the game is fixed, and they launched an expansion. It's a single-player game. Most single-player games pretty much do the same thing. They launch, usually in a better state than Cyberpunk 2077, and they do an expansion, and then they move on. Tales of Arise, my game of the year of 2021, launched in a better state than Cyberpunk 2077, had some updates, and then put out an expansion about a month ago. It was awesome. I loved it. And it didn't get nominated for Best Ongoing Game. So that was like the biggest, like, what the hell? But nobody's going to remember. Like, no one's going to remember who won anything. Even tomorrow you're going to wake up like, who won? Like, I forget Elden Ring won last year. But good on Baldur's Gate 3 and all the winners. Losers. Let's talk about some losers. Spider-Man, too. Like, I saw a lot of tweets from PlayStation fanboys going, wow, PlayStation hasn't won anything. Oh, yeah, they did win Best TV Show or adaptation for The Last of Us. So good on them there. But Yeah, PlayStation didn't win shit. They didn't win a thing, which makes sense because they only released one game this year. I guess you can include Call of the Mountain and what, MLB The Show. I don't think that was nominated for anything, but yeah, even the VR category. I remember the VR category came. I'm like, all right, there's like a few PlayStation things here, and it went to like Resident Evil. Like, okay, yeah, PlayStation got shut out. If that doesn't show PlayStation is lacking games, I don't know what does. But hey, keep pointing at the PS5 sales. Everything's all right. I thought Spider-Man 2 got nominated for like too many awards. I thought that was recency bias in their nominations, but I'm glad they looked past the recency bias and they didn't win a single award. I loved it. I hate Insomniac so much. They're just blowhards. They're absolute blowhards. I always see them on Twitter just puffing out their chest, acting like they're the shit. And they did it again, like today and yesterday. They're like, oh, watch the Game Awards, watch the Game Awards. I'm like, I did. You didn't win a damn thing. Were they expecting to win something? Or did they announce something and I missed it? It was someone from Insomniacs that like watched the award show. Or maybe it's just a fan. Maybe it was just like, hey, man, I'm just looking forward to the show. Maybe it isn't a blowhard. But yeah, I hate Insomniac so much. They're such blowhards. Just anytime something's happening in the video game world around Insomniac, they quick to hop on Twitter to puff out their chest like, dude, you make Insomniac games. You're like, okay, you make good games, but come on. Did you win Game of the Year? No. You're lucky to be nominated. You shouldn't have been nominated. But yeah. So PlayStation definitely took a big L tonight. Who else? Someone else took an L or two. But let's move on to Xbox because they took this was an Xbox show. I would say the big winners, I think Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, and Xbox. Let's start off with Xbox. So they did, they won their few awards, but then they did Hellblade. We saw Hellblade 2. They did a High-Lug performance. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, all right, they'll probably do a performance and show a trailer. But man, if they don't show, if they show Senwa in like a cave, just like talking to herself, Xbox, just quit gaming. Just quit gaming. Like, we need to see something more. And we did. We finally saw combat, which I thought looked pretty damn visceral, pretty violent. I cannot wait. I saw people complaining. Those people were PlayStation fanboys, which is weird because Hellblade originally launched on PlayStation first. But man, this game looks current gen. I was going to say next gen, but it's current gen. It looks stunning. The game looks so good. And I'm a huge fan of Hellblade. And I cannot wait. Oh my God. That trailer, I was like, take my money. 2024, some people were upset they didn't announce like a very specific launch date, but it's coming out next year. Got no worries. I was thinking like there's no way a game like that, if that game plays and looks the way it does, and it's not nominated for Game of the Year, that is Xbox tax. But I'm putting the Xbox tax aside tonight because they won the awards and they pretty much took over the show. What else did they show? Blade. They announced Blade. This is what I want to see from Xbox. Xbox going, oh, yeah, crap. They got Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales. We don't have anything. So they went to Marvel and said, we'll take Blade. And they showed off Blade. What's funny about Blade, though, is it's Arcane's second vampire game. Like, you just put out a really bad vampire game in Redfall, and now you're making another one. But to be fair, it's a different Arcane studio, and it's Blade. Mature rating. Xbox, I saw like a couple. I think I only saw like one Xbox fanboy like pissed off that it's like, oh my god, you couldn't, slather Xbox only on Xbox only all over this announcement. But I think it's a beautiful troll move because PlayStation fanboys were very confused after the trailer and after this announcement because it's like they wanted to bash it, but they didn't give platforms, so there was still hope. Like, oh, if this is coming to PlayStation, then hell yeah, we're getting a Blade game. They're gonna be like, oh, we get Blade and Spider-Man. But the game just started development. Again, I don't care where the games go. I really don't. But Xbox should have something, a Marvel property. I'm not a big fan of Marvel, but then again, I like, I probably will play the Wolverine game when that launches. Because I like Wolverine and I like Blade. So maybe I do. But that's a good get. So they have that and Indiana Jones. And I did see some people say that it's Xbox exclusive. But again, I don't care. And I thought that's a beautiful troll move by Xbox. Just don't announce anything. And the Xbox tax is still out there. They know damn well if they announce it exclusive for Xbox, it's just going to be instant hate. Instant hate. The developers are going to get all over it. They're going to bring up Redfall. But by not announcing platforms, they get to breathe and let the developers relax and make the game. So that was a good trailer, a good reveal. Felt like Xbox showed something else as well. Oh yeah, OD. OD from Hideo Kojima. Just some actors looking at the camera and repeating something and looking very scared, I guess. It's a horror game. So we're getting the true horror game from Hideo Kojima. And Jordan Peele came out. And apparently there's some more big name actors attached to it. The Avengers, as I think Hideo said. Cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. I want new, unique stuff. Even though this is like, a cloud/movie. He did say it is a game, but with those other stuff as well. But it's like you're looking at just sequel, like another Mario game. Okay, we're looking forward to the next Ghost of Tsushima game, like Last of Us remake. Xbox out here, we're getting a Blade game. We're getting Hellblade 2. Well, that's a sequel. But no, we're getting got Hi-Fi Rush. Now this game OD. We're gonna get a brand new IP. Well, not IP, but Indiana Jones game. That's gonna be fresh and new. Just keep doing that, Xbox. Just keep doing it. And it's just so easy for Arcane to do Deathloop 2. They might still. Or Dishonored 4. Or did they do 3 yet? It's so easy for them to do it. But they're like, no, we're going to make a Blade game. And I love Blade. And it's going to be mature. It's going to take place in Paris. But I can't wait. I'm going to have to wait. But yeah, overall, really good show for Xbox. And that just, they have so much games and IP now that they have to find events like this where they can hijack and go, hey, we can show some games here. Yeah, that's the video game awards. Final Fantasy 16. There's some DLC that just launched. Final Fantasy 16, this might be a spoiler for my upcoming video, is probably my game of the year. I'll have to sit down and take a look at all the games. But it's up there. So they announced DLC that's launching today and some that's launching early next year. Now I think about it, PlayStation. Oh my God. The roguelite. Did I talk about the roguelite mode for God of War? That's how you know that there is a Sony surplus, because they announced the roguelike mode for God of War Ragnarok, a game that came and went, that nobody talks about that game. That game just, it was okay. Um, but Twitter blew up over, oh my God, they're doing DLC for God of War Ragnarok. It's a roguelike game, or free content. It's free. When as soon as PlayStation announced it's free, it's like, oh yeah, this is nothing. This is just whatever. I don't know what's up with PlayStation. Like, we don't know what to do. Just let's put some roguelike content in our games. Man, Returnal had a big effect on them. Um, I just thought that was funny. I just thought that was funny. And Rise of the Ronin, man, they were showing Rise of the Ronin. And again, I love trash and PlayStation, but I didn't know that was Rise of the Ronin. I was just like, this game does not look good. This game looks kind of choppy. It looks like it needs a little bit more time in the oven. I'm like, oh, nope, that's Rise of Ronin, and that's coming out like in March. Have fun with that, PlayStation fanboys. That game looks like shit. I said, Koei Tecmo is making way too many games, and they cannot spend, they can't give the amount of time needed for a video game. Look at Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise. That game looks rough. Looks rough. I know there's a good game in there, but man, that game was rough. I played like 5 minutes. I was like, I can't do this. Koei Tecmo is on they're the new platinum. Just taking on a bunch of projects, and I think a lot of them are going to suck. All right, well, there you have it. Nintendo pretty much no-showed in terms of showing anything. But for Nintendo, they get to do what they want. Well, I got to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you later. Later.